Hello, my friend. Ando here from Happy Life Martial Arts. Welcome to our first weekly workout. Did I say weekly? Did I just commit to something? Well, let's see how this goes. If you're interested in martial arts, but you're stuck at home and you don't want to work out all alone, hey, that's what I'm here for. Don't worry about style or rank. Let's just work out a little bit. Remember, if you have a place to stand, you've got a school. If you have a body, you've got equipment. And if you have a few minutes, then you have a chance to make your life better. So let's do that. Today's workout is built on the theme of pushing the bad things out of your life. Some of this will be standing up, some of this will go to the ground, so make sure in your space you've cleared out anything that might be a danger to you. I don't want you to hit your head on the refrigerator or anything like that. I'm also going to tell you up front, I'm not big on counting. I'm not going to say, let's do 10 of these and 10 of those. We're all different. So pick your own pace for everything. If you want to be a little more aggressive and do extra reps, go for it. If you want to slow down and really look and think about what you're doing, please, I welcome you to do that. It's your workout after all. You ready? Stand up, please. Let's get going. First thing I'd like you to do, spread out your feet, stand tall, and that's it. Just stand still for a moment, okay? Please remember, this is martial arts. We're not just here to get a sweat. That's just the physical part of it. There's a psychological and emotional part to working out in the martial arts. So just check in with yourself right now. Stand tall. See if you can stand still. You can take a breath, always. And you can blink, sure. But just try to hold this position for one moment. Remind yourself who you are and what you're fighting for. You're interested in martial arts. Well, why? What are you trying to do? What cause are you fighting for? How far are you willing to go? Take this moment right now, check in and ask those questions. If you don't want to think about anything like that right now, that's fine too. Then just feel the floor with your feet. Feel your body settling in. Just show up. You click the video. Now stand and pay attention to what you're doing. I'm not playing any music. I just want you to listen to your breathing for a moment. Clear your head. Feel your body weight. And just stand still for one more moment, please. Okay, ready? Let's go. From this same position, let's just start swinging your arms. Swing them up as high as you can and let them drop. So just start nice and easily swinging your arms. Now this might not seem like a big deal, but this will be the basis of everything we do today, the push. Okay? For right now, I'd like you to start making your arms feel a little heavier. As you drop, boom, make that heavy. When you go behind you and come back, boom, also heavy. So there's really a 2-pulse movement here. So try to feel both times. 1, 2. 1, 2. Arms heavy, down and down. Down, down. Okay, now start stretching a little bit higher if you can. A little farther back. Really start exploring the range of motion in your shoulders. Most of us carry a lot of tension up here, our neck and our shoulders. So just open this up. Now I'm going to turn sideways, keep going. And I want you to see that I'm thinking about my whole body here. I'm using my whole body. I'm not just standing straight and swinging my arms like this. I want you to remember, in martial arts, we're always trying to recruit everything we can to our defenses. I'm never just going to push with my arms. I'm using my feet, my legs, my core, my thoughts, everything, my eyeballs. So right now, feel those heavy arms drop into your feet, bounce up off the ground. Use that energy coming back up. Think about your spine loosening up. Feel a little heavy now in your booty, in your butt. Let your whole leg help you swing your arms. A little bit more, and then we're going to go to the ground here in 1 second. Good. All right. Now we're going to go to the ground, start in a push-up position. But we're not going to do push-ups. Here's what I want you to do. Strong body, best you can. If you have to be on your knees today, totally okay. But straight arms. And we're just going to dip from the shoulders. Okay? Take a nice big breath. And just start dipping your body from the shoulders. Droop in the middle, keeping your arms straight, wrists strong, and then round it out in the back. So again, your pace. Hopefully this starts to feel good. Treat every move like you're giving yourself a massage. Just open up these shoulders. See how low you can droop, and see how high you can round up. Really turn on these shoulders. Good, just a couple more. Okay, and we're back up on our feet. Ready? Let's stand back up. All right, now standing again. This time we're swinging our arms, heavy arms, but I want you to bend your arms like a 90-degree angle. So think about swinging your elbows more than your hands. So it almost feels like you're skiing. So we're just tightening up the arm, that's all. I don't mean tensing the arm, I just mean tightening the angle. And think about bigger muscles now, really coming into play. And use your whole body, dropping, relaxing you. Things are popping on my body, I can hear that. Heavy down, heavy up. Heavy down, heavy up. Keep that going. Open it up, that feels good. And we're gonna do the same thing now. We're gonna go to the floor and let's do some shoulder dips from our elbows this time. All right, so you have your elbow on the floor. Elbow on the floor. If you can be up on your toes, great. If you need your knees, that's okay too. But elbows on the floor, and same thing. Droop in the middle and round it back up. Droop and round. On your own, just feel that. It might feel like you can go a little farther now because you're not even thinking about your bending the arms. They're already bent, so there's nothing to play with there. So really take advantage of this position and feel the full range of that shoulder here. Good. That feels great. Woo. All right, standing back up. Okay, now, here we go. Feet squared again, swinging your elbows. Now all I want you to do is put one foot back and keep swinging your arms. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Let's freeze our arms in the up position. Ready? Up. Hold it right there. Now look at you. Hey, superstar. You got your arms up, shoulders are heavy. Got one foot in front, one foot in back. This is the super all-purpose universal self-defense fighting back posture. All right, so feel pretty good about that. Swing your arms again, relax. Keep one foot in front. And again, I'm letting my body help me with this movement, rocking back and forth, shifting my weight, and then freeze with your arms up. Do that a few times here. Play with the arm swinging, and then bring up your arms and let them sit there. That's it. We're just getting into our stance. Nice. Switch your feet, try the other side. Again, just one foot in front, one foot in back. Heavy arms. There's always something to work on here. I know some people might watch this and go, that's it, what are you doing? But you can always drop a little lower, feel a little heavier. So don't get cocky. There's always something to make better. All right, so pick up those hands and freeze. Feel comfortable here. Feel the ground again. Still have a clear sense of purpose that we started with. Who are you? What are you fighting for? Okay? Good. Now, since we're all warmed up, back to this big idea of the push. Let's find a wall in your space, or a door frame, or a door, or that refrigerator, I'm gonna pull out my Bobby Karate over here because I don't want to turn my back on you and use the wall. But I'd like you to find something that you can push on, something solid. It could be a tree, a telephone pole, a willing spouse. I don't know. I'm going to pull out my buddy here. And all I want you to do is to play with this pushing movement. We're just going to take a moment to study the body and how it can feel strong pushing something that won't be moved. All right, so a little isometric kind of pulse here. Now I can knock him over, but I'm going to pretend this is like a wall. So put your hands up, one foot in front, one foot in back, and just start pushing on whatever it is you have found to put your hands on. And I want you to really start focusing on a couple of things here. One, that back leg driving you forward. Really feel how your shoulder now connects down your spine through that leg into the floor. And just push. If you want to raise up on the ball of the foot or keep your foot flat, either way, just play with that back foot. Drop and push. Drop and push. See if you can knock that wall down. See if you can push that door through. Leave the refrigerator alone. Might be a pie in there. Leave it alone. Push, push, push. Good. Switch your feet, other side. Same thing. Push. Now, while you're pushing, I want you to focus on this part of your hand, right? The palm heel. You have a heel on your foot, down at the bottom there, that big bone. And let's consider this the same, the heel of your hand. So that's where I'm making contact most of the time when I'm on the ground and right now against the wall, whatever you're pushing. Press with the bones there, okay? Make that your number one goal. Push. Good, and connect to the ground. And you'll notice that my body's starting to make an angle, so yours should be too. Not because I'm perfect, but because I think you'll feel it's a little bit stronger, right? If you're pushing with your body straight up, again, you're probably just using your arms. So take a break for a second, check out your arms. If you find your elbows are flaring out, maybe you do push-ups this way. Certainly if you're gonna push this way in a self-defense situation, my head's sticking out, right? My body's all the way open, and I'm really just using my arms here. This is not a great position. So remember the arm swing. We didn't swing them this way. We swung this way. So let those elbows come up, let your hands come up, and here's a little tip that we should be using right away. When you make this angle forward, you see how my shoulder now is covering up my jawline, covering my neck and my jaw. So as we do these pushing movements from now on, don't just stand upright with your arms like this. We're leaning a little bit forward, and we're bringing our arms up, elbows down, and we're letting our shoulders come up to hide our head. So we don't take a wild hook to the head or a knife across the throat. Bad news. So back on the wall, palm heels, those bones on the wall. Angle on the body, driving with the back leg, shoulders kissing your ears. Mwah. Let that shoulder come up, mwah, kiss your ears. Oh, that feels good. Not now, honey. So, big push, hide your head, and just push a little bit more on that wall. A few more. Just feel that strength coming up from the ground, not in a mystical, weird way, just physics. Feel how you got the ground behind you, the earth has got your back, and you're driving that line of pressure and force right up through your palm heels, and your head is happy the whole time. Isn't that nice? All right, now you can step away from the wall or put your refrigerator away if you like, and let's get back to some footwork. Now that you know what the end position feels like, that's where we're going. Someone's coming too close to you and you are shoving them away, protecting my head, bones in the front, arms coming up. The leg work here is pretty important. I'm shifting that weight from the back leg to the front leg. So let's practice that by itself. This might look a little traditional. You could say like a cat stance if you really want to exaggerate it, where all my weight is on one leg, and then I'm going to drive forward and push it onto my front leg. Let's just, you don't have to make it look fancy, but start off with feel that back leg heavy, drop down, and then just push yourself forward. All right? You could already start repetitions on this. Down, that's the key thing. Connect to that ground and then drive forward. And again, hide your head. That's always important. So down and drive. Good. Down and drive. I just don't want you to lean forward. If you start up here, lazy, and not using your legs, and you push with your arms like this, there's not a lot of power there. If they push back, you're the one getting moved around. So take that feeling from the wall or your door, drop it down, and pop it up. Let the arms come up. Just like when you were swinging the arm, let them come up. Keep going. Think about this, if you like. I don't really want to push somebody straight. I don't want to even push them necessarily down. I'm trying to uproot them, okay? You can take a break for a second if you haven't already. Take a look. When I push somebody, I certainly am not intending for them to stay balanced. I'm trying to unbalance them so they feel weaker. So I'm not trying to just push them on a straight line where they might be able to take that force. I want to kind of get under them and use that angle to drive up so that hopefully I can move him up onto his heels and away from me. I don't want to push him down and make him stronger, like down, and even just straight back. If he's bigger and stronger, that line, he might be able to take that. So my best chance, the arm swing, again, swinging up. My palms are coming under and up. That could be under the cheekbones, under the chin, even if it's just into the chest, under the pecs, and you're driving up. You're giving yourself a lot better chance of moving their weight back, okay? So back to your footwork. So feel the body on your back leg, feel that weight, feel the ground under you. Swing your arms up, hide your head. Big step up and back. Big step. Have you switched yet? Please tell me you've switched by now. Other leg, same thing. Feel that heaviness that we started with. Remember when we were just standing still? I told you to feel heavy and feel the ground. Here's how we move that. You take that feeling, feel heavy, drop down, swing those palms up and hide your head. Palm up. Okay, so catch your breath for a moment. I feel that most people don't really use their leg muscles enough. So very quickly, let's just do a few squats. Yes, that's right. You can either do them on the balls of your feet or on your heels flat, either way. But let's just go up and down a couple times here. I feel bad if I didn't make you do that. What am I talking about? You're going to make yourself do that because you want to be better, right? So hands up, and let's just drop. And just keep dropping and rising. You don't have to be in a hurry. But just feel those big muscles. They're big. So I want you to use them. It's self-defense. Remember, if you're not using your whole body, that means you're holding back. Didn't you want to fight for your life? Didn't you have a good cause that you're fighting for? Well, then you better use everything you've got. So I'm using the balls of the feet here, like a frog squat. But if you're feeling a little spunkier and you want to come all the way down with your heels flat and treat it that way, that's fine. Just keep your head up, keep your hands up if you can. And if you can't get down all the way today, that's okay. Just come down as low as you can and feel that connection in your legs. Just a couple more. Push yourself, push yourself. A couple more. Because it feels so good. Good. All right, now, catch your breath for a moment. Let's talk a little bit about tactics. When you employ this push, and we're already presuming, maybe I jumped ahead, someone bad guy, coming into your space, they're coming to choke you or strike you or grab you. We want to keep them away. This is just first self-defense lesson you probably ever learned as a little kid. Get away from me, get away from me. We're just trying to do it better. So the thing is, if you push someone straight and then you stand there, you're probably still going to get pushed back or still get punched. So what we want to do is employ a pivot step after the push. So let's start with that. We're going to throw a big push from our ready position, right? We already started off with our hands up. And remember, if you're standing like this, that's telling everybody, I want to fight. I don't want to send that signal necessarily. I'd like to send the signal, I don't want to fight. That's not only good strategy, because it'll seem like more of a surprise when you do fight back. But hopefully you're a peaceful person and you genuinely don't want to fight. So you're giving this guy a chance to get out. Say you're sorry, give yourself a chance to stall, maybe help will arrive. If we can start from this position, you're telling the whole world and reminding yourself and the bad guy, I didn't ask for this. I don't want this. It happens that I'm ready, I'm right here, but I don't want this to happen. But if it does, we're going to pivot right after. So let's start. Again, here's the bad guy. He's coming too close. I don't want to just push and then stand here. Boom, I'm still going to get hit. So I want to push, drive him back, and then immediately pivot and get to the side or behind him. So as a drill right now, start off with 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Here we go. You're going to push, take that big step, and then take your back leg and turn to the side. Just 90 degrees is fine. We're going to do that again. Push, take your back leg and step behind. Push and step behind. Push, step behind. Push and step behind. Boom. Just on your own pace. Try to tie everything together that we've been doing. Heavy arms, palm heels, using the bones. Hide your head. Big step. Using your big muscles. And pivot. One more. And pivot. Nice. But hold on. This could work another way as well. Let's do another round, literally. And this time we'll pivot first. Because the situation might be that he's moving and you're trying to get to a position, maybe looking for a door, and you're able to pivot first and then push from the side. That's even better, right? If you have a choice between standing in front of a bad guy or next to the bad guy, take that one. So this time, imagine the bad guy's coming right at you. You get out of the way first, like a bullfighter. Hey, ole. And then push them from the side so you have a much bigger opportunity to get away. Okay? So here we go. Same idea, around, but this time, pivot first, push second. Good. Then pivot and push. And pivot and push. And pivot and push. Use your imagination. Bad guy's coming. You get out of the way and boom, push from the side. And you turn and push. You step away and push. Pivot back and push. Keep going. You're welcome to switch feet at any time if you want to. I'm just kind of sticking on one leg because I'm talking a lot. But try it on both sides. And please remember, if I wasn't specific enough, it's the back leg getting out of the way. Don't turn with the front leg. That's not what we're doing. You're starting off straight, back leg goes behind you, and then drive. All right? You can feel a little bit of a bounce there. Back up. The foot goes back and you bounce back. You can use that, right? What we were doing before with the heavy arms, bouncing a little bit, that pulse. Well, here you go. Boom, boom. There's no missed timing in that. It's just boom, boom. Right away, as opposed to stumble, get your footing, and then push. It's right away. As soon as your foot hits, boom, you're ready to go. Okay? Excellent. Now, let's change it up a little bit. Sometimes you're going to need double pushes. If you need a situation, if you're in a situation where you need to push somebody, there's a good chance you're going to need to push them more than once or do more. Hopefully you can just run. So let's imagine it this way. As they're coming into your space, we'll start off straight again. We're going to push once, push twice, and then pivot. All right, so let's try that. So it's a double push, double pump. That's right. But remember, you're going to want to do this because we get excited. Our thinking comes up into our head like, I'm just hands and eyes. But you're not. We're always trying to reconnect all the way down to the ground. So keep that heavy arm feeling, keep those elbows down, and keep thinking about protecting your head. So you're going to throw that first push, and the rechamber is right there, boom. So you don't give them a gap. It's just bam, bam. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so double push and a pivot. You ready? Let's try that. So bad guy's coming, push, push, and pivot. And push, push, and pivot. Push, push, and pivot. Push, push. Keep that going. Right? Keep that going. Yep. You really got to drop that weight down. If you're leaning, you'll feel it. You don't have time to reload. So by staying low and keeping that knee bent, you're going to have the power to double up on this. Do you feel that? Does that make sense? Good. Let's change the timing now. You know what we're going to do, don't you? Yeah. Instead of push, push, pivot, let's change it to pivot, push, push. Obviously, bad guy's coming. I don't want to be here. I'm moving. If I can pivot around and then push, push, make that distance greater between us, and I'm out of there. So let's try that. Pivot, push, push. I think I'll go this way. Ready? Bad guy's coming. Pivot, and then push, push. Good. I'll turn around here. And again, so you pivot, get out of the way, push, push. Hide your head every time, okay? Get out of the way, and push, push. Get out of the way. Whoa, here he comes, and you got your shot. Go for it. Drive in there. And pivot, push, push. Hide your head, elbows heavy, and pivot, push, push. One more. You got this? And push, push. Good. Now, one other option on this before we get to, did someone mention a 5-minute plank? Yeah, we're going to get to that in 1 second here. But first, let's talk about one other way to push. Sometimes the bad guy might just get a little too close. You were hoping to keep him at hand range, trying to drive that head up, trying to lift up his body weight and move him back. But sometimes they just get a little too close. They've already got a hand on you. You might find that you'll need your elbows to do the pushing instead of the hands. That's why we did that plank earlier on our elbows. So let's just try the same move. Let's do a double elbow push and then a pivot. So you can keep your hands on your head if you want. I'm not a big fan of that one, but you're welcome to. The main thing would be to make sure you keep your eyes on the bad guy. Sometimes people like to push with the elbows and they immediately start looking down. I'm not a big fan of that either, okay? Chin down, yes. Eyes up. Look at what you're doing. And, if you want to keep your hands on your head and do your pushing this way, that's okay. I prefer to have my hands up anyway. Even if I'm pushing with my elbows, if my hands can still be busy doing something up here, great. Even if I'm on the side, if I'm pushing with my elbows, but my hands are still free to get into his space instead of giving him this space to come into mine, that's what I would prefer. So, let's start. Don't wait for me. Go, go, go. Start up in your fighting stance, your defensive stance, whatever you want to call it. I'm fighting for something good. So for me, I'm always in a fighting stance. So swing those arms up if you need a reminder. Feel your feet, elbows up, and then boom, boom with your elbows. And pivot. All right? Bad guy's coming, so boom, boom with your elbows. And pivot. Elbows in and pivot. Elbows and pivot. Just making space. Elbows and pivot. Good. You got that? I hope that feels powerful. That one should feel really powerful. It's all your big muscles. You're not worried about little things. Let's change the timing. It'll be our last exercise before we do the 5-minute plank. You ready? So what are we doing? Pivot, get out of the way first, and then crowd them with the elbows. Sometimes, how do you want to say this? Sometimes no technique is the best technique. And by that I mean, if this bad guy's trying to use that arm to punch or grab me, if I can get out of the way, but use my body just to crowd their space, a lot of people will just panic because they've never had their arm pinned or trapped like that, and they're getting turned. So this is a really great position for you to be in. Again, it's going to be up to you what to do after this. But first, get to safety by getting to the side, crowd their space, move them back off their heels so they're off balance, and you'll have some choices after that. All right? So last round, bad guys coming straight in. 1 foot in front, 1 foot in back, heavy arms, elbows in the middle, elbows in front, hands however you wish on your head or in front, and drop and drive, drive. Whoops, that's the other one. Get out of the way and drive, drive. right? Here comes the bad guy. And get out of the way, crowd them. Yep, whichever direction you end up in, that's a new bad guy. Oh, here he comes. Get out of the way, and then drive, drive. Keep your eyes up. Keep looking at the bad guy, okay? Get out of the way, and drive, drive. Yep, yep, yep. A couple more. If you haven't been going very quickly yet, let's speed it up a little bit now. We're going to be done in a second with the movement. So just pump it up a little bit, whatever level you're at. Get out of the way. Drive, drive. Good. Get out of the way. Drive, drive. Feel your legs more on this round. Feel your legs more. Get down a little bit lower. Make it seem silly. Get down stupid low, where you never think you would go. Try it from down there. Pivot. Oh, drive, drive. Good. Like duck walking. Get down low. All right. Pivot. Drive, drive. Eyes up. Keep your eyes on the bad guy. Get out of the way. And drive, drive. Good. One more. Take a big breath. Make it your best one. No, seriously. Wait, wait, wait. Did you already do it? Back up. Try it again. Set your feet. Feel your legs under you. Feel that back foot connected to the ground. Relax your shoulders. Swing those elbows up. Take a breath. Chin down, eyes up, hands up. This is your last one, so put some spirit into this one. Imagination. Here comes the bad guy. Get out of the way. And then push, push. Are you impressed? Yeah, it's not for me to impress you. It's up for you to impress you. This is not a TV show, hopefully, where you're just sitting and watching and saying, oh, this guy's boring. No, this is a chance for you to look at you. You're the star of this show, all right? So put on a good show for yourself. Push yourself a little bit farther than you feel comfortable. Which brings us to, my beautiful friend, the 5-minute plank. I'm gonna switch over to this other camera. Let's come on down here. Because I already know some people, if we pull off a 5-minute plank, I don't want you thinking I'm switching cameras or I'm cheating you. I would not do that. If you're new here, hopefully you'll figure that out. I'm not gonna cheat. So let's go for a 5-minute plank. Now today, again, it's your workout. So if you'd like to stay on your hands, just stay there. If you want to start on your elbows today, that feels better for you, totally fine. If you'd like to be on your toes, great. If you'd rather be on your knees, great. Remember, this is your workout. All I ask is that you start, perhaps, with toes and elbows or toes and hands. The hardest position possible. Keep your back straight. I'm giving myself a minute to catch my breath. I'm not going to say a lot when we do this because I need to breathe and focus for myself, okay? We're working out together here, so I need to focus. Got the stopwatch right here. I'm going to put on my glasses because I can't see it otherwise, and I don't want to trick you into doing 15 minutes. When I say go, we're going to start this plank. Now, listen to me. If you only make it 30 seconds, that's okay. If you can make it a minute or two, great. I want you to be proud of yourself. You're here doing something. What's your layabout friend doing right now? Nothing. Eating chips, watching TV. So whatever you can do today, be proud of yourself. If you do start on your toes and then you feel like you need to move to your knees for the next 30 seconds, then do that. If you're on your hands and you feel like you have to move to your elbows to change it up a little bit, you do whatever you need to do. But I just ask that for the full 5 minutes, you keep putting yourself back down somehow in that horizontal position and find a way to endure, okay? All right, so get ready. Whew, here we go. All right, where can you see me there? You all right? All right. Take a big breath, get started. There's a lot of fuel. That felt good. Hands, toes down. I've started the clock. Whoops, there we go. I'll give you an extra second, don't worry. So here we go. All right, we're off and running. So hands and toes, if you can, that would be great. Start like that. I would recommend big, deep breaths. Now, wouldn't it be cool if I was playing some music right now? No. I don't believe in playing music during a workout. I believe this is your only time to listen to yourself. So listen to your breath. Feel the ground with your hands and your feet. And just be here. This won't be easy, but you'll be very proud no matter how you do. It's all right. That's a minute, by the way. Just hold on. This is a sparring match, if you like, between your body and your brain. Your body very quickly says, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to give up. And your brain's got to be there to say, shh, stop it. You can do this. I believe in you. So if you need to say that out loud, well, hopefully no one's listening. That's okay. I'm certainly saying it inside my head right now. I love you, Ando. I believe in you. Big breaths. That's 2 minutes right there. Focus on those shoulders. You worked them out a bit today. Hopefully you can relax them a little right now. Take that feeling when you were pushing on the wall and you were really connected to the ground. You can do that right now. Put that same feeling into your hands. Imagine you're pushing a wall. That changes things, doesn't it? It's funny. We're holding one position visibly, but inside, the internal martial arts, it can be very different what's happening inside your body, right? So if you're thinking about pushing back a bad guy right now, I'll bet your muscles change a little bit. If you think of this just as a physical stunt, an exercise, well, I don't have as much success that way. Again, I'm trying to combine my mind, my body, and my spirit. Martial arts, I'm trying to use everything. So this is an exercise to do that. Don't just think of this as muscle. Think of it as psychological, emotional. How you feeling right now? That was 3 minutes, by the way, a little while ago. Keep breathing. That's always the secret for me, at least. Got to keep the oxygen going. It's also relaxing, even though this feels very stressful. Just keep going. You can do it. Or whatever you can do today. It's all right. At some point, I've been doing this for a while, but at some point, I hope this actually feels good. I hope you look forward to doing something like this. A 5-minute plank is, it's a great challenge. You can do this anywhere you go. Hotel, on vacation, on the beach, whatever. In the subway. Well, keep your wallet right in front of you if you do that. Oh, that was 4 minutes, by the way. We're almost there. Where are we? 4 minutes, 10 seconds. Plus I started 1 second late, so I've got to go to 5 minutes, 1 second. Almost there. You got this. Come on now. Not a big deal, really. It's just you versus you. Who's going to win today? Your brain or your body? Who's tougher? Don't forget the spiritual element. Give yourself a reason to do it. I don't know. Maybe there's Martians coming. You're holding back the Martian ship. You're the last hope of Earth. Save us, Obi-Wan. Our last hope. So, finish strong, whatever you're doing, finish strong. We're down to about 10 seconds here. So, pump up those arms, pump up that back, strong legs, nice breath. Finish strong. Here we go. That's 5 minutes. Here's a couple extra seconds because I started late. And we're done. All right. Thank you. Good. Take off the glasses. Tell you what, shake out your arms. Let's stand back up. Let's finish the same way we started. Let's just take some big breaths up and down. Heavy and heavy. Heavy up, heavy down. Let that drop. Really exaggerate it. You're done. Feel your whole body. That little bounce on the floor. Nice. That feels good. Ugh. Very good. All right, well, there you go. Our first weekly workout. Please remember our theme wherever you go, in case I don't see you again. I hope I do. Push away. Before we get into fancy techniques like chokes and breaks and all kinds of really serious stuff, I'm always trying to prevent that trouble. And the best way to prevent trouble is to push it away as soon as you can. So that second plate of fried food from the buffet, maybe push that away. Maybe that's no good for you. That friend who keeps borrowing money and never paying you back and you feel taken advantage of, you know what? Push that relationship away. Maybe that's not so good for you. I'm pretty sure if you take a moment here at the end to reflect upon what is in your life, what components make up your life, I'll bet you can find 2 or 3 things to push away and make a little space between. Can you do that? Make it easy. Make it 1. Can you think of something right now, 1 thing that you're not going to let get close to you anymore? I leave it to you to fill in that blank, but it's very important. This is an important step for your martial arts career, for your self-defense career, for your life as a human being, your life career, your human being career. Pick something right now that you don't want any more of. You're tired of it coming close, hurting your feelings, hurting your body, hurting your finances, hurting your health. Pick it. Strengthen yourself, mind, body, and spirit. Remember that you're doing the right thing for the right reasons. Push that thing away from you. That's it. I really enjoyed working out with you today. I do hope that I'll see you again next week. Until I do, smiles up, my friend. Let that smile be your shield and your sword. Keep fighting for a happy life.